Good morning, grade 6. Our lesson today is spelling. Unit 5, week 4. Greek roots. Spelling book, page 140-143. Still, we're talking about the part of word forming in English. And still, we're talking about the roots. In the previous lesson, we learned about the Latin roots. Today, we are focusing on the Greek roots. In general, as we learned in previous lesson, a root is a basic word part that gives a word the most part of its meaning. And many English words have roots from Greek and Latin. And generally, if we know the meanings of these roots, whether they are Greek or Latin, this can help us greatly figure out the meanings of many unfamiliar new words for us. And in the previous lesson, we learned about some Latin roots, like the Latin root aud, which means hear, as in the word audio, and the Latin root ben, as in the word benefit. The Latin root flex, which means bend, as in the word flexible, and port, which means carry, as in the word transport, and the word or the Latin root struct, which means build, as in the word construct. So, since we know the meanings of these Latin roots and we find them in the different words, this will help us mostly know their meanings. The same part goes with Greek roots. Here we have a list of Greek roots included in our spelling lesson today, page 141, with their meanings and sample words containing these roots. And as I told you, if we know the meaning of root, we can figure out 90% of the meaning of the word. The first Greek root with us is graph, and this Greek root means write, as in words paragraph, autobiography, and biography. The part graph in the three words means something written. So if we look at the meaning of paragraph, we will find that it's a part of text which is written and which discusses one main idea. And the word autobiography, as we know, the Greek root graph means written, right? So autobiography is a written book about somebody's life written by the person himself. And biography, as we see here, the Greek root graph. Biography means the life story of someone written by someone else. So since we find the Greek root graph in a word, be sure that this or its meaning is related to something written or right. The second Greek root is air, which means air, as in words aerospace and aerial. Aerospace means aircraft or spacecraft or something or the producing spacecrafts. So air here means related to the air. Aerial, adjective, something from the air or from an aircraft, like the pilot saw the aerial view from the plane or from the aeroplane. The second or the third Greek root is bio, which means life, as in the word biology and biography. Since we know that bio, something related to life, so biology is the study of living things' life. And biography, as we learned before, this is the story of somebody's life written by. So graph means written, bio means life, biography is somebody's life written by somebody else. The Greek root chron, which means time, as in the word chronic. And the chronic continue for a long time, as some diseases are chronic. They last or long for a long period. Here in the second part, still we have more Greek root, as the Greek root gram, and gram means written, as graph exactly, as in the word grammar or program or diagram. So grammar, this is the study of rules about a language, written of course, and program, written instructions to operate something, the program for playing or for operating something. And diagram, drawn plane, explains how something works or made. Also it is drawn or written. So the Greek root gram, something written. The Greek root log, which means word, as in words, dialogue or catalog or biology. Dialogue is a conversation. Of course, conversation is done in words, spoken words by somebody to somebody else. And catalog, book with list of good you can buy from a shop. So catalog here also the word. And biology, study of living creatures in words. Biology. The Greek root micro. Micro means very small or tiny, as in words, microphone, microscope, and microwave. Microphone, this is an equipment to make little voice louder, to make little sound or voice louder. So microscope, device used to make small. Here the word small because the word micro, things larger. In microwave oven or house oven uses small waves to cook or heat food quickly. So the word micro in three or in all of them means very small. The Greek root phona, which means sound, as in words, symphony, and microphone. Symphony, piece of music played by a group of people, and microphone, equipment or devices to make little sound louder. So phone and phone related to the sound here. Hydra, Greek root which means water, as in words, hydrant or hydrogen. So hydrant, this is the vertical pipe to supply water in case of fire. You will find them in the street or in buildings. This is the hydrant. And hydrogen, this is the gas combined with oxygen to form water as well. So hydro here, this is a Greek root which means water. The Greek root therm, which means heat, as you learn in science, as in the words thermal or thermometer. So thermal connected with heat, and thermometer, instrument used to measure temperature. Scope, Greek root which means see, as in the word microscope. As we learned before, micro, Greek root means very small, and scope means to see. So microscope, this is an instrument or device used to see very small objects. So the Greek root here, if we know the meaning, it can help us figure out mostly the meaning of the word. Here we have a list of words including Greek roots. I want you to highlight or try to find out the Greek roots in each one of them and try to figure out the meaning. The word aerodynamic, telegraph, graphics, aerobic, geologist, calligraphy, autograph, hydroelectric, and telescope. I think the Greek root is clear in every one of them. Thank you very much.